biologist and conservationist Dan O'Neill. My mission is to find, film, and measure the planet's biggest living animals. He's massive. And ultimately, find out how to protect them. They may be big. Oh my God, it is a lion. But even these giants evolved from much, much bigger ancestors. Using the latest scientific data, we're going to bring these extinct species back to life. Understand their evolutionary secrets. And discover why these ancient animals died out. This time, I'm setting out to track down one of the most bloodthirsty. An incredible hunter living in tight-knit groups. The greatest of the big cats, the African lion. To understand how today's biggest lions evolved, we're off on an epic journey. Heading back 20,000 years to meet a cat so big it would dwarf even the largest lions in Africa today. This is the formidable American cave lion. The biggest cat of all time. 30% larger than the African lion, an incredible killing machine. How did this feline get so massive? Why did the American cave lion go extinct when its African descendants still are such powerful predators to this day? And how can we save today's big cats? I'm heading to Africa to find out. My mission to find the biggest lions on Earth has brought me over 5,000 miles south of the UK. My passion for animals began with my pets, just like my cat Minka. And I've been lucky enough to track down some of her larger, elusive cousins around the planet. But if I'm going to find our giant lion, first I need to learn what makes these incredible cats tick in a slightly more controlled environment. I'm in South Africa, an hour's drive from Johannesburg. I've come to Glenafric Lodge, a sanctuary for lions where I can get up close and get a real understanding of these giants. The sanctuary takes care of 11 lions, rescued from across South Africa. Vicky Brooker and her team are in charge of feeding these cats.
These are two females called Molly and Nairobi, and then Kai, which is over there, who is the male.
These three young adults grew up together after being brought here as cubs. Their mother was found in an airport, a victim of the illegal wildlife trade. Gorgeous.
They are beautiful.
It's incredible seeing them up close. So this here is...
Malia.
Hey, Malia. You're gorgeous, aren't you? Ooh. And clearly, Malia is ready for her lunch. She's so hungry, look at her. She's like, where's the food? I don't usually wait this long. Can I have it now, please? And on today's menu, it's beef. Ooh, very slimy. This is quite heavy. How do we get this in?
You've got to throw it over the top of the fence.
Okay.
But I think do it quite quickly.
There we go. Whoa! Guys, come back.
Come
Look,
here.
there's another one. Look, for
Malia,
you.
come.
Whoa.
And then give one to Kai. Kai. Kai, here, over here, boy.
Kai.
Throw.
Here you go, mate. There you go. I'm a proper lion feeder now. I've got
He's going to sit
I've got
right here and
evidence.
show you.
delicious. How much could one of these girls get through?
These girls eat every second day 15 to 20 pounds of meat a day.
These lionesses need 45 pounds of food a week. But a large wild male can put away double that in one day, equivalent to an average American man eating 58 12-ounce steaks. A lion's stomach can hold 15% of their body weight, and they can absorb over 95% of what they ingest. They make such short work of that food, don't they? It's nearly gone. It's not touching the sides. Kai's a pretty impressive 370 pounds, but an average male can reach 420. Wild giants reach almost 600 pounds. Massive, yet lightning fast. That's the most incredible part of it for me. When food is up in the air, they're on it, and then incredible. What gives them this amazing agility is their muscle mass, and I want to see it in action. I've seen how strong the lions look, but I have developed a little test to see just how strong they can actually be. So that over there is a weighing scale attached to this rope, and when I pull on it, the weight comes on here, which is the force that I'm exerting on it. And if I push as hard as I can, come on, just over 100 pounds, which I think is pretty good. Some people might not. But let's see how strong the lion is. But I'm not going to stand out here. I'm going to get in that cage. This time we're feeding the biggest lion here, Monty. Here we go. Let's meet our friend. A lion's not going to take part unless he's got an incentive. So I've put a big piece of meat on the end of the line. Here he comes. Monty weighs in at 440 pounds. That's 20 pounds heavier than average. Look at that. Whoa, okay, let's... Okay. Ooh, that crunching sound. Imagine that being your head. Look at the strength in his jaws. You would not want to be between those paws. Monty's 1,000 pound per square inch bite force allows him to crunch through bone. But clearly my setup isn't giving Monty much motivation to pull. That was nuts! But he didn't do what we wanted. He didn't tug it. So we've come up with another plan. We have got a piece of rope here, and it is attached to the wire. And so when our lion comes over, we're going to simulate something he has in the wild, his food being stolen, and we're going to tug it slightly and hope that he tugs back. Here we go again. Go to your food. There it is. Okay. Oh, he's tugging. 49, 50, 50. Give it a big old tug, boy. 70, 80, 90, 100, 130, 150, 100. Woohoo, look at that. He wasn't even trying, and the meter has gone way beyond what I can do. Monty's easily pulled twice as hard as me. Similar tests have recorded lions pulling with a force of 1,500 pounds. And in a real hunt, even hippos don't stand a chance. Lions need 20% more power and nearly 40% more acceleration than prey like zebras. So lions have evolved the highest percentage of muscle to overall body weight of any big cat, especially in their limbs. Their muscles are composed of a high density of specialist type 2X fast twitch fibers that produce 3 times the specific force of human muscle. To withstand the pressure exerted on them during a hunt, the bones of their forelimbs are thickened to make them incredibly robust. All this power is concentrated onto retractable claws 2 inches long. They shed when dull, keeping them sharp enough to rip open even the thickest of animal hides. With feeding time over, there's excitement in the air.
Aren't they amazing animals? They're doing this for the camera, of course. Hi, guys.
Monty is formidable, but I've come to find a true giant. A lion weighing over 500 pounds. So I need to head north to a region that the biggest lions in Africa call home. But it won't be easy. In the last century, lions have lost over 94% of their historic range. Today, there are under 25,000 left across the whole continent, just half the number of 25 years ago. With a free-ranging population of 750 lions, the Okavango Delta is one of their last great strongholds. At almost 7,000 square miles, this seasonal floodplain supports the abundant prey that giant lions need. But even here, lion numbers are dwindling. Thankfully, teams of experts are working to save these big cats, and tracking the biggest lions is vital to their mission. I'm here at the base camp for an organization called Claws, who are studying the lions in the Delta. If I'm gonna have any chance of seeing a giant cat, these guys are my best bet. Research coordinator Dr. Edwin Madongo wants to brief me on how they track these giants. How exactly do you find lions in this landscape?
This is an example of an AWT, African Wildlife Tracking Collar. This collar has got two components. One of them is the transmitter, and then the bottom part usually hangs at the bottom is the battery.
It's quite beaten up. This has been on a lion before.
Yes, this one is a used collar, so we've just taken it out.
Not your usual house cat, is it?
No. Yeah, it's quite heavy.
God, that's massive. So how does this then translate onto this?
So the GPS transmitter sends signal directly to the system on the computer. We have got 5 lions collared here, and then this is how they look on the map. We get the readings every 2 hours, so that lion may even have moved.
So there's not even a guarantee
It's
that
not
that lion is
guaranteed.
there right now?
Definitely, it's not guaranteed, because they're always moving.
The team monitors the movements of 5 lions that live in key territories in the Claws study area. But their collars can't provide data about their condition. So routine visual health checks must be carried out on each lion. And that means tracking them down.
One lion we collared that was called Sequera, a massive lion. And then later we found him with another guy that we did not know where he was coming. That's why we call him Sequera's mate. Most of these lions, male lions, are huge. They are big, massive. But this Sequera's mate guy, I think he stands out at the moment.
I've decided to nickname Sequera's mate Zeke. The team darted and collared Zeke and several other lions 2 years ago. At the same time, they measured his weight at around 530 pounds. He's our target, a full 90 pounds heavier than Monty, the male lion I met in South Africa. And right on time, we receive Zeke's latest GPS point.
This is Sequera's mate.
Sequera's mate is our largest lion.
Yes, so far he's our largest lion that we might actually get a chance to see.
Okay, so we're quite close.
They are probably like 5 kilometers from here.
But in the Delta, covering even 3 miles is harder than you think.
On the map it looks easy, but we've got to cross some water here, and there's quite some deep channels here, so it's not easy.
The landscape's what's going to be our
Exactly.
killer.
That is our biggest challenge here, to get to the lions, especially if they are inaccessible areas.
Claws monitor lions across an expansive 965 square miles of the Delta. And the recordings from his GPS collar show that our target, Zeke, along with 1 allied male, controls 77 square miles of this, much of which is currently flooded. We rendezvous with the team, and already the landscape's proving problematic. Botilo and Katja have just returned from trying to track Zeke in the Delta.
Hello.
Hi.
What's the situation?
It's been a long day. It was pretty tough and challenging. It's taken us 14 hours.
Wow.
A lot of sand, a lot of breakdowns. We couldn't get in.
You can't get in?
The water level's too high, and there's a very good possibility of getting severely stuck in the water.
People are stuck out there for 5 days. Projects are for this side.
You can get stuck out there for 5 days.
Well, yes.
I just can't even imagine. It's so dangerous, right? That's lion. You're going there to search for lions. You might get close to them and then you get stuck with the lions in the water. How does this affect our next move?
We were thinking potentially of getting boats in. And if you have a look from where we are here, is boating across.
As Zeke's in a flooded area, we need to cross a major river to reach him and overnight in his territory.
We go over, meet their vehicles on that side, and then we can camp out there.
Remote temporary camps don't have fences to protect us from wild animals. It's a far cry from the comfort of Claw's HQ.
It's a lot more difficult than I thought this was going to be. Honestly, I really thought satellite trackers, collars. I think I was a bit naive and I thought this was going to be a lot easier than it is. And we don't have all the time in the world.
Don't worry, we do this all the time. Every day is different, and it's an adventure.
We make it work.
This is why we do it.
When there's a will, there's a way.
There's always a will and a way.
With Edwin guiding me, this is my first chance to understand the ecosystem that supports such giant lions.
This place is amazing. I had no idea it was going to be so lush.
This is part of the greater Kalahari ecosystem.
It's incredible just how much water there is. We're right inland.
These waters originate over 670 miles away in the highlands of Angola and take as much as 6 months to fully flood the delta.
You can see just how productive it is. So much grass, so much food, and that's going to bring in all these herbivores.
Exactly. I mean, look, we are in the middle of water, but you see zebra, elephants, lots of game, lots of livestock as well, so absolutely amazing.
And it's what's going to bring in what we're looking for.
Yes, I mean, there's plenty of food for everything.
And this wetland's home to another giant.
Hippos.
Weighing over 4.5 tons, hippos are surprisingly fast, being able to both outrun and outswim the average person.
They're really skittish, but incredible animals. Their closest living relatives are whales. And you really see how comfortable they are in this water, and being that close to them is a little unnerving. But this is the only way we've got.
That's our vehicle right there.
Okay, so we're getting off here.
Yeah, we're almost there. So.
We arrive at the mighty grasslands found right across the delta. Habitats like these played a key role in the evolution of big cats. Grass began to take over the world around 30 million years ago,
Carpeting the continents and allowing herbivores to grow larger and larger on an abundance of food.
but around the same time, most feline-like carnivores were arboreal, hunting high up in the trees. No larger than a house cat, Proailerus was one of the first. It weighed just 20 pounds and used its sharp claws and teeth to catch small prey. Carnivores like Proailurus were perfectly placed to leave forest behind and begin hunting small but growing herbivores on open plains.
Grass put a rocket under feline evolution.
Over time, cats gained better hearing and sight, and as they grew in size, greater speed and power.
The larger their prey became, the larger felines grew to hunt them.
Big cats gradually evolved into multiple species, like tigers, leopards, jaguars, and around 2.5 million years ago, the first true ancestors of lions began to walk the earth.
Perfect terrestrial hunters, millions of years in the making.
But I only have a few days to find one of the largest. From now on, we need to keep our eyes peeled. There could be big cats anywhere.
Look at this. It's kind of when the grass is really tall and your back is kind of facing it. You really see how these massive pursuit and ambush carnivores evolved. We're well in lion territory.
But they're not the only cats here.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa! Look at that! Wow. That's a serval. Those are the most incredible cats.
Servals have the biggest ear to body size ratio of any cat, using them to locate rodents before leaping up to 9 feet in the air to catch them. To maintain their 40-pound body mass, these cats need to catch more than 10 small prey a day. But our target Zeke is over 13 times larger than this serval. And one key rule of carnivore body size means that lions have to use a different hunting strategy. To maintain a body mass over 100 pounds, all meat eaters need to hunt prey either as large or larger than themselves, meaning lions can't survive on rodents alone. Big cats need big prey. This serval's back on the move.
And as soon as it appeared, it's gone. And that is the perfect illustration of how easy it is for things to hide here.
Even a giant like Zeke can disappear in this environment. And his collar data shows he's constantly moving, covering his entire territory every 2 weeks. The collar has both a GPS locator and a radio transmitter, which is used for tracking him within 3 miles. Botilo is trying to pick up the signal.
He should be within 5 kilometers range. But at this moment, I'm not picking up any VHF. So he's still a little bit either far or he's deep within very dense vegetation.
Not getting anything?
Nothing.
We'll have to search by eye until the next GPS fix comes in 2 hours. But it's not long before the terrain gets the better of our vehicle.
We are in the middle of lion country, and we've had a flat tire. This is not a good time to break down.
Delays like these are a major problem out here. And every minute we stay still, Zeke slips further away. But the team act quickly to get us back on track. Zeke manages to stay at least 1 step ahead of us all day. And with good reason. male lions only live for two things: food and females. To ensure access to both their prey and a pride, males work in coalitions up to 7 strong, controlling areas as big as 155 square miles, larger than the footprint of Philadelphia, patrolling its borders and leaving scent and scratch markings to ward off other males.
We've made it to our campsite, and we're losing the light fast. We've got to set everything up before the sun goes down, because lions do pass through here. So, hopefully we can do it before they do.
This is not a good place for an emergency. We're 3 hours drive and a boat ride away from Claw's HQ.
If there's one thing a lot of animals hate, it's fire. And probably more important than even setting up the tents is making sure we've got a fire going. Nice one, Ed. Good teamwork.
Well done.
After spending my first day in the Okavango, I now understand how herbivore-filled grasslands like these drove the evolution of big cats. But what I don't know is why did the biggest cats ever lived evolve not in Africa, but in America? Paleontologist Dr. Julie Meechan can tell me more.
I still find it incredible that lions once lived in America.
Lions were incredibly widespread across the whole planet in the last ice age.
So do we know what the American lion looks like?
So we have some cave paintings that depict what lions might have looked like. Ones in Europe basically suggest that the males don't have manes like the living African lions do. And the cave paintings from South America suggest that the color of the fur was more reddish than we would see in a living African lion.
Just how big are we talking?
They're quite a lot bigger. So they're about 30%, again, as big as a living African lion. If we talk about the maximum size range of an African lion, we're talking about 600 pounds or so, and that's for the biggest males. For the American lion, the largest size that we have that could possibly have existed is about 900 pounds.
900 pounds of lion.
They were about 5 feet to 8 feet long from the tip of their nose to the base of their tail.
It's quite scary to think about that prowling through the grass.
Sure, I'll show you the skull. So this is gonna be the skull of a larger male American lion.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty big.
Almost 15% larger than the African lion skull.
That's insane. So why were ancient lions so much bigger than today's lions?
That's a great question. They came over here about 300,000 years ago. So in a time period we call the Pleistocene. We think that there was a lot more prey and a lot bigger prey around for them to take advantage of.
Cooler prehistoric global temperatures and larger land masses created abundant grasslands across North America, allowing bison, horses, and even camels to grow in number and size.
Wow. So bigger prey meant bigger cats.
Exactly, bigger prey means bigger cats.
Like modern lions, the American lion needed large prey to reach epic proportions, and the prehistoric grassy plains of North America allowed big cats to reach peak size.
Getting ready to sleep in the middle of the Okavango Delta. We're in these tiny little tents. We've got no perimeter fence, no protections except for this tent. So, wish me luck. See you in the morning.
We're up early to check Zeke's latest GPS position.
And where's Sequoia's mate now?
He's just on the edge of this marsh here.
Oh, wow. So he's quite close to where we got off the boat yesterday.
Yeah, he's quite probably 4Ks.
So we've got a position on the lions. They are in a reachable place, but based on this terrain and what we've seen so far, we're going to need luck on our side.
As we safely cross our first river, I spot a potential clue.
I'm 99% sure I've just found some lion tracks. Katya, can I borrow you?
What have you found?
I think we've got something.
Oh, look at that.
What can you tell me about this?
These are undeniably a male lion. You can see he came through here, walked across, and may have gone through there.
These look pretty fresh. How old are these?
I think they're from a couple of hours ago.
Okay.
Maybe 7 or 8 this morning.
If this is Zeke, we're heading the wrong way.
Looks like he went out here. So we've got our direction. That's where we need to go.
You'd think so, but the last fix showed him on the other side of the water.
These prints probably don't belong to Zeke. They might have been made by a rival, invading our target's territory. When male lions reach adult age, they're often forced out of their pride by dominant lions, keen to keep food for themselves. Ousted males spread out searching for new territory or taking it from other males. Meaning fights are inevitable. And that's when size matters. Zeke and his ally shed blood to win this territory from 2 other males.
Is that moving? That's the question. Do you see what I'm looking at? Ed?
Yes?
Do you see over on the other side of the watering hole, to the left of the giraffe?
Yeah. Yes, I see a little something, but it's on the shade, is it?
I can see it. It's, oh my God, it is a lion. It's a female.
Woohoo!
We move in to confirm my sighting.
It was over there.
We reach the spot, but whatever it was is gone.
Not a lion. Doesn't look like it anyway.
Let's go into...
I think it was just a warthog, but so far away and in the high grass where we weren't able to make it out. Onwards. Try again.
In my desperation to see a lion, I'm starting to wonder if my mind is playing tricks on me. Another day down, and still no sightings. The latest fix shows Zeke is heading into the northern reaches of his territory and back towards Claw's HQ.
Just driving through these villages, I'm surprised at just how much livestock there is. We're pretty far into the Okavango, so these guys are farming right in the middle of lion territory.
As the team returns to headquarters, I want to find out what it's like to live next to giant lions. I'm meeting local farmer Monalesu Sanga.
Is there any danger for the cattle when they go out into the wilderness? Can that take quite a hit on some people's livelihoods? Does that make people angry when they lose their cattle?
Ba tinega ka gore ho ngwe tao ya go bolaga yone ha e thaole. Solanka ile nama hela yone e bona ile nama e. Nang ba tinega thata.
And sometimes that anger spills over into retaliation. Although killing lions is a criminal offense, in 2013, as many as 30 lions, 50% of those in the claw's study area, were either poisoned or shot for taking 10% of local livestock, affecting half the farmers that live here. But not all the cattle in the Delta are at the mercy of lions. Claws manages corrals, known locally as bomas, to protect against predation. Paul Dubé is in charge of over 380 livestock here, and I want to find out how this operation works.
You can see this goes up to 2 meters high, so that when the lions are out, they don't see what is inside. And the cattle don't see what is outside. The lion normally doesn't attack something that it doesn't see.
These cattle belong to several farmers. Paul's team count the animals in and out each day, reporting any taken by lions back to the owners.
How often do lions kill cattle out there?
There is a lion right now that is killing. Almost after 2-3 days, it kills a cow.
Is there any way to stop that?
There is a way. When the lions are coming closer to the farmers, there is a warning system which warns the farmers to say, be careful. There is a lion which is within 5 kilometers away from you.
Claws are able to warn farmers when collared lions are approaching using their GPS coordinates.
There are text messages that are being sent to the farmers to warn them that lions are approaching the village.
You'll get a text and it'll say, there's a lion coming.
Yes, yes.
Can I see one of the texts?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. This one, lion, Zequera's mate, approaching village. This lion that keeps coming up is the exact line that we're tracking. Zequera's mate approaching, Zequera's mate, Zequera's mate, Zequera's mate, Zequera's mate, Zequera's mate, Zequera's mate. Distance now. Oh, the distance, 3.65 kilometers. Zequera's mate is a prolific cattle killer. And this keeps him alive in a way, because as soon as you know that Zequera's mate is in the area, then you put the cattle away.
Meaning the farmers won't have a reason to harm him.
And that will not only keep them safer and healthier, but reduce all the lion conflict, keeping the lions alive.
Exactly.
It's amazing how such a low-tech warning system can keep both the cattle safe from Zeke and Zeke safe from the farmers.
Come on, pal.
But without easy cattle to hunt, Zeke will have to go back to hunting large prey like buffalo. A tough job, but one made easier by a big cat behavior unique to lions: teamwork. And here in southern Africa, prides of up to 40 lions hunt in groups to take down the largest prey of them all: juvenile elephants, weighing over 3,000 pounds. Experts predict American lions could take down prey weighing over 2,000 pounds, hunting alone. But did they also hunt in prides, targeting even larger herbivores? Dr. Julie Meechan has studied the evidence.
We have some cave paintings in Eurasia of multiple lions together. And so that would give evidence for lions residing in groups, just like the modern African lion does.
And if the American lion did use teamwork, that would have increased the size of prey they could take down.
We would move up prey size from something like a bison, which might weigh a couple of tons, to something that would be more like 6 or 7 tons. And that would include things like female mammoths and juvenile male mammoths.
Giant apex predators working together to dominate Ice Age America and taking down prey over 4 times larger than their African descendants. Descendants that I'm still trying to find. I might not be able to see any lions, but there's a telltale sign one could be nearby.
We heard a lion's roar somewhere around here. We're heading towards it.
Have we accidentally crossed paths with Zeke?
Just put the telemetry up now. We're a little bit further into where we heard that roar. Let's see if we can pick it up.
But none of the collared lions are close. We've stumbled onto an uncollared male.
That's amazing. Did you hear that? That incredible sound that they make can carry such long distances. And it's baffled scientists for years how they managed to do that.
Lions have the loudest roar of all the big cats. Their calls can be heard up to 5 miles away and reach over 110 decibels. The best way to locate distant pride members, signal their strength, and intimidate competitors. But lions have similar-sized vocal cords to other animals larger than them, like elk, that produce much higher-pitched calls. So how do they produce such deep roars? The secret's in the shape of their vocal cords. Instead of triangular cords like other mammals, lions' cords are square in shape. This allows the cords to contact each other and vibrate at a lower frequency, with an intensity that would damage the cords of other species. So to stop lions losing their voices, their cords are surrounded by thick, protective fatty tissue. And lions use another evolutionary trick to deepen their calls further. Strap muscles pull down their larynx, extending their vocal tract, and a longer tube makes the frequency even lower. We head off-road towards the roaring. But once again, the landscape proves too much for our vehicles.
This is a really frustrating game, and we can hear them, but we just can't get to them anymore. The terrain is just so thick.
I'm starting to wonder if I'll ever see my giant. And it's not just their habitat that's proving challenging. Their shrinking populations make finding lions harder and harder each year. They could even become extinct in the wild by 2050. Could these elusive giants really head the same way as American lions? What exactly happened to the biggest cat that ever lived?
We don't find any more American lions in North America after 11,500 years ago. The best evidence that we have is that it was a combination of very rapid climate change at the end of the Ice Age. It started to warm by about 6 degrees Celsius in North America, which is a huge change. That would have really affected all of the flora or plants that were here at the time. The first thing that's gonna happen is the large herbivores are gonna go extinct because they really require a huge amount of plants to eat. The American lion was so specialized on those big herbivores that they really didn't stand a chance of surviving an extinction event.
But climate change isn't the only culprit.
American lions and humans definitely lived in the same place at the same time. Generally, our habitats encroach upon their habitats and basically give them no place to go.
Climate change and habitat destruction also affect today's lions.
In modern African lions, the large ones that would prey on elephants and buffalo would probably be the first individuals to suffer.
Ultimately leading to the selection of smaller lions in habitats like the Okavango Delta.
Both species are very vulnerable to changes in their environment. One has already gone extinct. We should try to do whatever we can to ensure that the other one doesn't.
Thankfully, organizations like Claws are doing everything they can to monitor and protect the lion population here, including giants like my target, Zeke.
Okay, we've got the latest reading, the 8 o'clock reading, so he has actually moved quite a bit from where he was. Looks like now he's on an island that is completely surrounded by water.
Really? Oh, it's so annoying.
This looks like water, but we are not sure. But it's not come yet. We can definitely get into that island. But
All right, let's try it. Let's give it a go.
I'm hoping the outdated satellite image is wrong and the floodwaters haven't reached this area yet. We need to move fast.
we're gonna keep driving slightly around this island and see what happens.
Cutting through thick vegetation, we find the edge of the island.
It's more water here. I think you should go to the edge here. Looks good. Looks like sandy.
I feel excited now because this is the closest we've been. And it's getting really hot, so I'm hoping that our cat's like any other cat and will settle down in one spot so that all this work we're doing will be worth it and he'll stay in the same place. The grass is so long, I can barely see like 20 feet in front of us. So I feel like we could just suddenly be on top of it. God, every tiny little fleck of brown we see gives me a heart attack. How far do you think we are from him now?
300 meters now.
300 meters?
Yeah. Let me update those guys.
Closer and closer.
I'm going to make a slide.
Oh! You all right?
Yeah.
175 meters from us?
Yeah.
At 100 feet away, we spot something.
We have visual. He's right in front of us, about 10 meters. He's quite relaxed. Yep.
We have a positive ID.
Whoa. He's looking right at me. He's massive.
At last, Zeke's staying in one place.
That is our giant. He's wearing the collar. Sat right in front of us. That head is huge. You see them, but you never understand the scale unless you're near them.
Can we slowly approach?
We close in to carry out a visual health check.
So after all this, we finally found him. What can you tell me about his condition?
He's in great shape. He seems to be feeding well. He doesn't have any worrisome wounds, so he looks fresh.
His health intact, Zeke's still able to defend his patch and all the prey he needs to maintain his 530-pound stature. A true giant of the Okavango.
So it probably means that he's got quite a long innings in this territory.
Yes, but he has to stay strong to keep it.
And of course he has to stay out of trouble with the local villagers.
He's got to eat good food and not eat cows. His leg's going, he's dreaming. At the end of the day, he is just a really, really big house cat, isn't he?
The only thing left to do now is to collect photos of Zeke for his record. We don't know how long his reign will last, but at least he has technology on his side. So could his descendants reach prehistoric sizes once again? They might have incredible strength and a killer instinct, but being a predator of this size is all about calories. The bigger you are, the more you gotta eat. And that means preserving habitats like the Okavango and all the big prey that thrive here. The truth is, we can't predict the future for these giants, but we can give them a fighting chance. And now, I've seen how we can make this happen. If we keep their numbers healthy enough, connect their populations, and give them enough space to roam, their genes and their surroundings will do the rest.